Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, October 11th, and can you believe we did it again? This is getting crazy. We've crunched the numbers. We've crunched the numbers and we've provided the details to investors in our associated hedge fund. At this point now, it's 90% of our number one picks of the day are up for the day. And that's if you buy the 9:30 a.m. open and hold to the close. Usually, it's a much better return if you buy in pre-market at 9:15. But besides that, 55% now, 50, no, it's 50%. 50% of our number one picks, if you play it via options, have moves of 100% or more on the day. So this morning, our number one pick was NOC. We recommended playing it through options, and we got about 50% out of it. We didn't get 100% plus today. We're still in some. Okay. So we're not going to tell you exactly which options we choose or how we decide when to get out. Generally, we buy it to open. I'll tell you that. We buy options right at the open, and we choose a time to get out. In this case, somewhere around 30 to 50% is what we locked in. If we were able to sell right at the peak at the height of the day, it would have been 5%, something like that. But it's somewhere between 30 and 50% profit out. We're mostly out. We still have a little bit. So once again, making big, huge gains on our number one pick of the day. And we told you our reasoning and our thesis for really not being so excited about everything else. We did choose AI and ACHR to play as well. But we weren't stoked about them. We had Square, NVIDIA. NVIDIA ended up being good. But basically, we're worried about a late reaction to PPI being hot and also CPI tomorrow. So I was worried about if the market pulls back, well, what can still do good in a market pullback? So we went with the defense theme with NOC because of the Israel war and because of the upgrade we had this morning. That's why it was number one, $555 price target by, who was it by? Anyone remember which analyst it was? By UBS, right? Not only that, UBS said neutral on Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, and they gave the blessing to buy Northrop Grumman. And that's actually why Northrop Grumman is significantly outperforming Lockheed Martin today, which I think is down, isn't it? Yes, it is down. And Raytheon, now known as RTX Corporation, also down. So what a great read, man. The pick this morning was absolutely incredible. I mean, we do this every single day at 9 a.m. It's freaking uncanny. If you want to be part of it, you just go to StoryTrading.com/app. You grab a free trial, and you can reap the benefits of the hours and hours and hours of research I do, often from 4 a.m. in the morning and definitely also late at night, but the night before. What's going on? My screen's frozen. I have a bad internet. Got a bad internet today, so I apologize for that. But in any case, that was our number one pick. Everything else hard to play. Honestly, like I think we said this before, but we might get to a place where we only trade our number one pick because it's been tough. Well, we gave up most of our gains, if not all of them, trading AI, ACHR, Square. We didn't trade NVIDIA. So really tough. But the data shows it's actually safer just to play our number one pick each and every day. So we're moving in that direction. We would have been up very nicely today if we only played our number one pick. All right. So a couple other things I want to draw to your attention. Rel has earnings after hours, so we'll be looking at that. If they beat and have good guidance, maybe we'll get back in. We're obviously out of that right now. But Peloton, look at the strength in Peloton. Look at this. A lot of stocks have had really terrible charts this morning. They opened up, it was a gap and fade or a lot of chop, very hard to trade. Peloton, however, now we've been swinging this since the Lululemon news. This is a beautiful chart. Not only do you have the W pattern, but you're riding up the 20 and the 50 moving averages on the 5-minute frequency. This is just absolutely gorgeous. And then you got resistance up here, which is now like a quadruple resistance at like 550. The more times you test it, the more likely you are to break it. We've been giving you a swing target of about $6 now since the Lulu news, since we broke the 20 DMA. 541, 544. I'm looking at the resistance levels here. 546, 547, and then earlier today, 554. This really looks poised to break out. RSI is not really that overstretched here at 547 right now. So Peloton looking good for a possible breakout. And I don't know, it can even happen today. It could even happen today. But when we say, swing period, Usually we're thinking days to weeks on a swing target of $6. Again, I don't know exactly when that's going to hit. It could be today. All right. Can I apologize about the internet keeps coming in and out. But look, this update here at 1 p.m. is to really showcase that our style of how we pick stocks in the morning beats any other system that's out there. It's absolutely find me another service, another community where 90% of the number one picks give you a profit for the day and 50% of the number one picks give you returns of 100% or more on the day. That's insane. And we did it once again. We didn't get to 100%, at least not yet on NOC, but still 30 to 50% gains here on the options, not too shabby. And even if you did the common stock at the open, you'd be up nicely in a very tough tape, in a tough market, ahead of CPI, and amidst some jitters about terrorism. I haven't read all the news, but I just saw an alert, which was pretty scary. I didn't even read it in full. Let me take a look at this. Okay. It says the former head of Hamas just gave a global call for Muslims worldwide, and especially those living in America, to commit acts of jihad this Friday. Hamas is calling on people in the Muslim world to sacrifice themselves this Friday. Former Hamas chief Khaled Mashal called for protests, aka jihad, saying we must head to the squares and streets of the Arab and Islamic world on Friday. All who teach and learn, this is a moment for the application of theories, Mashal said. Okay, so I think there's going to be some jitters. Actually, I just saw that come out, and we just bought some VIX calls just in case, because we got two risky events now. We have CPI tomorrow morning, and God forbid, hopefully it doesn't happen, but maybe some attempt. You know what? After 9/11, you got to believe it's possible, and with the porous borders, so a little bit scary for Friday in major cities. So that's something to be aware of. What is it I wanted to look at? Something just crossed my mind. It was Geo. Okay, so all this terror scare, what was it? It was the border stocks and the gun stocks. Let's see if they're still doing well. Where are they? Where are my border stocks and gun stocks? Where's Geo? Anyone see Geo? Geo. Okay, Geo's doing okay. We have a swing position in Geo. Wow. I wonder if they're just spiked up because of that terror alert. And how are the guns? The guns might spike up because of that. POWW getting a little bit of a bid. Where's my Smith? It's out of order, man. Smith and Wesson. Okay. Oh, Smith and Wesson looking good. I like Smith and Wesson. Ooh, baby. I think I want to get back in Smith and Wesson. Smith and Wesson looking nice. And I have to check my source on that. That was something on social media. If that's really legitimate, look at that nice cup forming on Smith and Wesson. All right, we're going to do something live on the show right now. We're going to move Smith and Wesson. What is it? I forget the ticker symbol. All right, it was Smith and Wesson, SWBI. All right, we're going to move SWBI up to the top so we can monitor this afternoon along with POWW and RGR. Where's RGR? And Geo. Man, the market's really moving down. Is it reacting to that terror threat? Could be. All right. So these stocks, plus our defense stock curling back up there, NOC. All right, these are the stocks really in play along with Peloton. For whatever reason, Peloton's really bucking the trend. All right. And so for the rest of the day, I think we'll be focusing on this NOC trade. We're still in a little bit. We sold most of those options. Peloton, we got in a little bit on the strength on top of our swing position we already had. And I got to hang up and maybe trade some SWBI right now or Geo. All right. I'm sorry, I don't have time for the comments. Military small cap pick. Yes, I saw GNSS. We talked about it yesterday. We played it. Like, we didn't make money on it. It was like in and out at 197. Okay. Yeah. So you know what? We're having much better success with larger caps. We keep an eye on the small caps, GNSS. That's some news. Hava, I'm sorry. I just don't have time to look at these other stocks right now. For Geo, we got to focus on the things that are themes for the day. And I got to go and trade, maybe get some SWBI Geo right now. So I got to get out of here. If you want to join us at 9 a.m. tomorrow, grab your free trial at StoryTrading.com. app. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.